It's your girl Jazzy K with C+The TV. We want to thank everyone that's been watching. Hey, if you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, also press the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video.
You're not tuned into something super tight. Puffin' something sticky, nigga, I roll through the light. Need to hear something real just to get me through the night. I'm looking for them jackets cause I know they looking shy. Know I'ma get some gang tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the love from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.
Already, baby, what it do is your big dog Bobo Luciano. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in to C+The TV. We back, up your back, going smack, smack, smack. Just like that. I hope it feel good to you too, cause it sure feel good to me. I got my sexy ass, gorgeous, beautiful wife.
It's your girl Jazzy K.
Man, in the building. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, you looking all good today.
Thank you.
Scrumptious, got you. Oh, watch out now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Watch yourself.
Hey. I got a family member in the house. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Hey, man, this brother here, you know, he has been a real, I like to use that word, integral.
Yes.
I ain't said it in a while.
Very instrumental.
Instrumental to the fabric of the Dallas hip-hop scene. He is, I mean, still has his hands, I mean, for real.
For real.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Still got his hands deep into the hip-hop game and seen him on stage with, I think, Future. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, this guy is, hey, I got a guy that moved down here from Louisiana and made Texas his home. I got Mike Grayson in the house. Yeah. Already, baby. My mic sound kind of funny.
No.
Turn my headphones up. Maybe that's what it is. Testing 1, 2. All tready. What's up, bro?
What's happening?
Man, we blessed.
Man.
Blessed to have you amongst us, bro.
I'm very appreciative, for you having me, man. I'm happy to be here, man.
Yeah.
It's a great thing you're doing.
Thank you, bro. I mean,
You and Jazzy Cat.
yes.
Thank you, Michael.
Can't do it by myself. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
So, you know how it is. I like to let my wife get this thing started.
Let's do it.
And I just sit back and watch her do her thing.
So, we heard in the wonderful introduction from my husband that you migrated here from Louisiana.
Yeah.
So, what age was that?
Came here at 19 from Monroe, Louisiana.
Monroe.
Northeast Louisiana.
So, you grew up in Monroe?
Yes.
So, what was it like growing up in Monroe?
Monroe is, it was nice, great childhood, beautiful childhood. Coming up in the 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going into the 80s.
How many siblings you got?
I've got one brother, one sister.
All
but
right.
I was technically an only child. So
You the baby or something?
no,
they too?
I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay.
It's my dad. He had a little Rolling Stone in him.
Oh, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Yeah. My daddy was too.
Yeah, I'm my mom's only child. So
Oh, really?
that's how I came up as an only child. So
Okay. And so, Dad was in your life?
Dad passed when I was 6. Yeah, so heard a lot of great stories.
Yes.
Grandma talked about him all the time. Mom talked about him, but I didn't really get that opportunity to kind of get to know him.
You have any memories?
Vague memories.
That's a long time ago. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that,
How
bro.
did he pass? You don't mind?
Well, had an accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
Car
with
accident
a
or-
train. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, so,
You said with a train.
yeah, down in Houston actually.
Wow.
Yeah, he was down there working. So
Man, that's terrible news, man. Did that affect you coming up as a child, you think?
in a way, what I'm saying? My mom's a teenage mom. Teenage parents. Young from the country.
Yeah.
And so, I really came up with Big Mama, like a lot of us, what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, like, everybody in my neighborhood was, like, living with their grandparents.
Yes.
There was only a couple of people that was actually living with mom and dad.
I
back
feel
then. So, we all kind of had the same story, so it really wasn't no,
Right.
wasn't no issues with that because everybody was staying with grandmama.
Yeah. It was normal.
Yeah, that was normal. So, but back then, everybody in the neighborhood, raised
Right.
you.
Yeah.
That part.
It used to be like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Smith gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah, if you did something 2 blocks from the house, you'd hear it all the way till you got home.
Yes.
And then you knew it was going to be on once you got to the house because the word already beat you home.
That's right. And then you're gonna get another whooping.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what we need to bring back: corporal punishment.
Well, I think the community part,
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I don't know about. We getting enough of that.
I'm not big on the whoopings.
Yeah, we are.
No, I didn't discipline my kids like that.
You didn't?
Nah, man. I got my kids on the watch.
What you mean?
What you mean?
Yeah, you look at them. Yeah, they look and they know.
with the look.
Watch. Yeah,
okay,
I got them
yeah.
on that from an early age. So
I got mine.
by the time they got to be, teenagers.
Mine know about that look too.
Yes,
I didn't have that. They were still teenagers, but I could do that look. I had to. My son. I had to straighten him out because how we are.
Yes.
So
I just never did that. Everybody always say that about boys or challenge their dad or get a little.
Oh, you never.
I did it.
You never had.
Now I was in.
You
Now
never.
I just said never.
Never. Come on now.
Not when I was in his house. I never thought about it.
You don't have to be in the house. You could be out the house.
You hear it and you see it. It's just a thing. When you start kind of especially if you getting some popularity or a little shine outside the home.
Yeah.
If the neighborhood saying you that person.
So we talking about teenage
school,
boys, right? Yeah. No, I ain't never did
so
that.
you come home one day and you feel like okay, yeah, everybody else saying let me see something.
I popped off at my mama one time.
I feared my dad.
Ooh, I woke up looking at the sky.
Well, like I said, I thought my kids feared me too. But that one day,
they'd be like, what?
And like when it happened to me with with my stepdad, it was like
what you do? You tried to challenge him?
Well, my son, he just
No, I'm talking about you and your stepdad.
Oh, that was just like sneaking out to a party.
Okay.
I was told I couldn't go.
Yeah.
And then
I'm going anyway.
Yeah, my mom and they was going out. They like I said, they were still young too.
Yeah.
And when they left, I waited about 30 minutes. It was just a couple of blocks away, right up the street. I'm in the party doing my thing, and then somebody was like, "Grayson,
your mom out there."
Yeah, exactly. Your mom outside looking for. So I take out through the back.
Yeah.
I'm running down through the back road, jumping the fences. Thinking I didn't beat them home.
Yeah.
They get to the crib, and you know how it go. You try to buck up a little bit, and I think all I said was, "Why I can't."
That's it.
Yeah.
30 minutes ain't long enough.
Yeah. Next thing I remember, I'm on the side of the refrigerator, like,
oh, yeah.
What happened?
Oh, yeah. Slid your ass.
Yeah.
That part. So,
go ahead.
19. What made you transition here at 19?
I was going to school in engineering. I was at Louisiana Tech. Mm-hmm. And I've always been into music. So, I was in the band in high school. And then I started a few bands in high school. We played little shows and stuff around. Just decided I didn't want to go to school anymore. I wanted to do music and, kind of start hanging around with another partner of mine that was a band member. And we just, his mom had a bar. Mm-hmm. So instead of me going to school, I would just go up to the bar and hang out all day. Play pool, drink.
So was the bar a type of bar that play live music?
No, not really. It was kind of just like a neighborhood.
Okay, got
drinking spot, for the neighborhood people.
And used to hang out.
Yeah. And, during the day, nobody would be there. So me and him would just go up there and hang out. Supposed to be cleaning up or whatever.
I got you.
So then one day I just told my mom, I was like, I ain't been going to school. And she was like, oh,
slid again.
Nah. See, that's what I thought. I thought she was going to get upset. She was just like, oh, okay.
Get out.
And she just walked out. She just walked away. And I'm like, oh, that was easy.
Oh, wow.
So this is college.
Yeah. So then about,
30 minutes later.
About a week or two, after that, I think school had got out. Yeah, school had got out. And I hadn't went that whole semester. So this was like, May. And she just woke me up one morning, She was like,
Get
your car full of gas, here go $200. And, you got an uncle in Houston. You got an aunt in Dallas. And you got an uncle in California.
Pick one.
Go west.
Not go west, young man.
Yep.
Dang.
So I got to Dallas first. Didn't really know what I was going to do, but I was like, because I had been coming here to Dallas, since I was like
at least she gave you a full tank and some money.
Yeah. She she didn't throw me out like, she was nice about it, but she was like, you got to go and leave town. Don't go over your friend's house,
Mm-hmm.
That's real. She must have,
best thing she ever did for me.
That's something like
Gotta push them
you
out
have to
the
think
nest
about parents and do
point.
stuff like that. I commend her for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Some people could have been like, "No, you're just gonna stay right here and get a gig." You know,
Yeah.
get you a gig, and you're gonna be you're gonna be baby boy.
Well, years later, we talked about it just a few years ago. We sit down. I wanted to interview my mother.
Yes.
Because things were just happening around us. A lot of people were passing.
Yeah.
She was getting up in age, and I was like, let me do this, because I wanted to do it for some other relatives, and I just kept putting it off, and then they were gone.
Yeah.
So I said, let me just talk to my mom.
I really want to document it.
And what she shared with me was she was scared for me.
See, that's the thing. We as kids don't see that.
Yeah.
It's just like I was thinking about how you said she didn't flinch.
Yeah.
You said the situation about the school, quitting school. I mean, she know. I mean, grown-ups know. You know what I'm saying? If my kids, I'll try to encourage them to stay.
Yeah.
But come on, man, we know.
Yeah.
That's no doubt. Okay, whatever.
We
tried.
Yeah.
We tried. Come on.
And looking back on it now, I was getting into little stuff. It was definitely escalating where it could have, got out of control. So, like I said, looking back on it,
Yeah.
even after being here like 6 months or so, I was like, oh yeah, this was the move.
That's good.
Okay.
I just didn't see it.
So when you got here, how did you decide? I mean, who did you meet the way you say, you know what? I'm about to get into this Dallas hip hop scene.
I'm gonna tell you a story. The reason I knew, and the way I knew that this was gonna be a place for me, that I wasn't gonna have to go anywhere. Like the first time I got here on a Saturday, about 2:00.
Yeah.
My aunt was living behind the Bronco Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Oakland?
Bahama Glen Apartments. They were new then. They were like 2 years old or something then. And went back there, went out to the pool, connect with some cats from the South. Because I was out there, looking for a little mellow mood.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yes.
And they took me over to the South, over there off of, over the Basak.
Okay.
And, we did our thing, hung out, got some brews, and they brought me back.
Yeah.
So we came back maybe about 9, 10 o'clock that night. So pull up, go in the apartment, my uncle like going crazy. Man, where you been? Looking for you. Oh, man, I met these dudes. What dudes? I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, Well, what happened? Oh, we went woo, and I was like, oh, they was cool. Like, nothing happened. So after that, I was like, okay. But like I said, I had been coming to Dallas since I was like 12. My grandmother already lived here. I had cousins that live in West Dallas. So, I had been here. So it wasn't completely new. I just had never like lived here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, as an adult. So I had been coming here like as a teenager.
So were one of them guys a rapper or something?
No, just I couldn't even tell you who they were like the next week. It was just some dudes I met, and we just started talking. They were like, "You smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, let's go do it."
Already?
Yeah, one of them type situations.
So who was the first rapper you worked with, or artist?
Oh man,
Yeah, how did that come about?
I started working at IBM.
Yes.
I got a job there, like maybe about 6 months after I had been here, in the mail room. And at that job was Gino Def, which everybody know as MC Izine.
Yeah.
And Easy Rock, Charles Rockmore.
Shout out to my brothers.
Yeah.
Shout out.
They worked there, and so we started talking. You kind of filling people out.
Yes.
And we started talking about music, and I was telling them, yeah, I do music, woo, and they was like, yeah, we got a rap group, and I think this was right before Oak Cliff dropped, maybe just a few months, and next thing you know, they started playing the song, because I came right in, they turned me on to KNON.
Okay. Yeah.
So I knew about 104, but I didn't know about the underground.
Yeah.
So Snake and Casanova and Al, they had their show.
Yes.
And Nippy had his show.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was like, that was when it was brand new.
Yes.
The Eazy-E, the
It was
NWA
fresh.
Boys in the Hood,
Yeah.
Ron DMC, it was fresh, Houdini. So, got into that, we started talking. They told me, what they were doing. Then Oak Cliff hit.
Yes.
And they were kind of like, many celebrities in the mailroom.
Oh, yeah. No, in the city.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you still coming to work here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I feel many celebrities, but in the mail room.
Yeah.
Yeah, got you.
So just kind of went from there, and then they changed the name, of course, and then they went through their little thing with Snake, and I don't know what that was all about, but they kind of went through a little breakup or whatever, and then Rock left, and then Mumble left,
Yes.
and
Crazy day.
yeah, so from there really kind of started doing demos.
That was the first right there.
Yeah.
I remember them bringing your name up around that time. I thought you already had your foot in the game and already produced a few projects.
Yeah, I had been going back and forth to LA. I had kind of, when I started working there, maybe about 3 months in, I had got like a demo deal.
Oh, okay.
And they were flying me back and forth to LA. I had hooked up with, and this is so crazy, I just made some demos and just sent them out, looking on the back of the albums.
Yes.
For the managers. I never sent them to the record companies because somebody had told me a long time ago, like, well, the record company people ain't going to listen to it. But the management, they'll probably listen to it.
Okay.
So I had got a few situations, and I ended up going with this company called Top Flight Management. At the time, they were
Top Flight
of the world.
Yeah,
Craig.
Top Flight.
Top Flight Security.
Yeah, they were managing Club Nouveau, which was one of the biggest acts at that time.
Yeah.
And I had got the information off the back of
Why you treat me so
the Club
bad?
Nouveau thing.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun,
So you know,
dun-dun-dun.
they flew down here, met with me, liked what I was doing, and started flying me out to LA. So I started working on my demos and stuff. So once we got a certain amount of songs recorded and they started shopping that, got a little independent deal through a distributor, through a company called Quality. And they had a distribution deal with Capitol Records. So, it was out in LA and, they would treat me good and, spending money.
Was you making money?
happy.
Were you making any money?
I made a little money. I wasn't making a lot of money.
No, I ain't asked you that.
Yeah.
You made some money.
I made some money.
Okay, that was good.
And
Did you call back home and tell mama?
Oh, yeah. That first time I got
Did you give her $200 back?
we still working on that.
Okay.
Got a few more payments.
See?
Hey, I'm telling you right now, and that tank of gas is invaluable right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back then, that might have been $8, $9 to fill up.
Fill up.
Then. Yeah.
$10 fill up. Yeah.
But I was out in LA, and they that was an eye opener from somebody coming from Louisiana.
Yeah.
And even coming from Dallas, because they put me up at the Four Seasons there.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? And was paying for the big studio and everything. So
You ain't in Monroe no more.
oh man, I remember calling my mom the first time I'm there because they had the phone in the bathroom and the wall.
Mama, guess where I am?
Yeah, exactly.
On the toilet.
I'm in the outhouse, but it's in the in-house, man.
I'm on the toilet right now talking to you.
As they say back home, I was walking in high cotton,
Yeah.
Oh, shit, then
I was doing it,
You trying to be nice.
But, well,
Oh, yeah. We got kids.
But so did that for a minute, and then was going back and forth, and then Nemesis was getting bigger and bigger. I remember I had came home and Azim gave me a tape of You Know Who,
Yes.
The Bow and the Hoe,
Me.
and I went back out that next weekend, and that weekend I ended up hanging out with Houdini because my manager knew their manager.
Yes.
And they were in town for like a Tyson fight. Tyson was fighting somebody. So we was all just hanging out. And I had put the tape in. I had a rental car. Put the tape in. They were like, what's that? I was like, oh, this out of Dallas. They were like, Dallas, Texas? I was like, yeah. They were like, oh, that's...
Who was it?
Had that Rick James. It was that Bow and Your Hoe.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like all over that. So I got back. I was telling Azim, I was like, yeah, this a hit, man. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but, this is... because they loving this out there.
Yes.
And... but it was things like that, and that situation out there got a little testy over time. Right when I was getting ready to kind of drop some things, had got my deal set up. CEO, manager, they got in a little federal trouble.
Oh,
and
they were hustlers.
Yeah, I mean everybody.
Street guys.
Yeah. I tell people to this day, it may not be to the degree, or it may be even more so now, but the music game has always been street folks.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
It ain't even hip hop.
Yeah,
it's the music game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because even then, rap was still, a baby
Yes.
as far as an art form, and
For
it was
real.
still gangsters everywhere.
Oh yes. all throughout there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had their challenges with the government, and at that point, I felt it was in my best interest to boogie on back to the D.
That's right.
Yeah, come on back home, sir.
It was getting close, So I was like, let me go on back to the house. So
Feeling the heat of it.
Any repercussions dealing with that?
not for me, just lessons learned.
Good.
The people that were involved, they
Maybe so.
yeah.
You got out about her, your chin and
Yeah,
chin.
for me, it was just a lesson learned that not that they they weren't bad folks or nothing. They treated me
Oh no.
well, they treated me like they like brothers, like they knew me my whole life. But just sometimes life choices. Yeah,
the business they chose to be in was not
Conducive to your lifestyle.
The government.
But then again, like even now, that was the that was the music business.
Oh yeah,
So
it's still like you said, it is like that now.
Yeah. So, but I was all about the music. So that's all I was focused on. So all the other stuff to me was a distraction.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so I came on back to Dallas, and when I got back to Dallas, of course the Nemesis thing had kind of
took off,
broken up. Well, they had took off, but then Rock and Bill and some, they had left, and it was a different it wasn't that cover in front of a union.
Yeah,
it sure wasn't.
Different vibe.
That's always I tell people when I talk about Nemesis, I was like,
that's
to me
Nemesis.
that's Nemesis.
Yeah, that is Nemesis.
Not nothing against Ron or Joe Mack or anybody that came or Al or anybody, but to me that was.
Oh yeah, that was
Nemesis. Yeah,
that's how they got the record deal.
Yeah,
they got the record deal based on those people that was in front of that, in front of Reunion Arena, in front of Reunion Tower. So let's fast forward a little bit. MC+Ron C.
Yeah, man, Ron C. Ronnie Fly, man, my boy. Yeah. So after the LA thing, come back, start working with Rock.
Yes.
And then me and Rock actually was roommates for a couple of years.
Okay.
So we working on tracks. We had our little production thing, House of Funk. We were doing R&B, rap. We doing our thing, and me Ty.
Yeah.
Chocolate Ty.
Already.
So through Ty Ron had to kind of go sit down for a minute. He had a little issue. When he comes home,
little vacation.
Yeah, when he comes home, they did I think Back on the Block.
Back on the Streets.
And Ty was on that record.
I'm back. He's back on the street. I can't sing, but y'all know what it is.
Mm-hmm. So we had been doing some work with Ty, and then Ty was like, "Man, I want to introduce you to Ron. He's looking for some production, but he wants to kind of." I knew about Ron because I remember Izine had gave me like that first Trendsetter tape.
Yes.
I remember taking that to Southern. I went to Southern one weekend and thinking I'm finna put something in, put it in the car, and my homegirls was like, "Oh, that's that Ron C. That's Jam." And I'm like, "Well, how y'all know about this?"
It traveled pretty fast, bro.
Yeah. So he was already, spread it out. So I knew about him, what he was about. But anyway, Ty was like, he's looking for a different sound. I want you to meet him. Let's work on something with him. Because Ty was doing tracks and stuff then at that point too. So I met with Ron, in the purple Mustang.
Yeah.
Saying we riding around. He bumping some stuff, kind of what the direction he wants to go in. I play him a few demos. He was like, "Yeah, let's do something." So that's how that came to be.
Gotcha.
Started working on the C Theory.
C Theory.
Yeah, and me, him, and Ty, and a lot of other people. But me and Ty were the main producers on it.
I really
had his brother Eddie, Gangsta C. Has some more cats out the Grove. So started working on that, and he just wanted a funkier sound. That was around the time when the Chronic was out.
Yes,
it was more West Coast turning like the old school,
more
funk.
musical.
Yeah,
it was going more musical.
It wasn't so much the boom bap. That's kind of what he started with.
Yeah.
So we did that with him with Profile. Then we did another CD. His little brother, Gangsta C. We did that.
Shout out to Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie C. Yeah, cold lyricist. Yeah, that was one that
So y'all did that album,
man. Yeah, me and Ty over at Audio Dallas. It was called Sound Logic then.
Is that what we just left already?
Yeah, Audio Dallas, but it was Sound Logic then. My boy Tim Grugel and his dad Walt, they owned that place. And they were instrumental in me getting my first situation out in LA.
Okay.
They used to be in Garland. Well, it's still in Garland, but it was another side of Garland. They was in a smaller spot. So I just followed them. So when the opportunity came with Profile, I told Ron, "Hey, I know a spot we can go." And I knew that was Willie Nelson built that studio.
Really?
Yeah.
I could tell it's kind of old.
Yeah, Willie built that studio.
Great sound come out there.
Yeah, yeah. Real good live band. So we were on Ron's album, we were doing a lot of live instruments. It wasn't a whole bunch of drum machines and programming. Yeah. I was playing bass, I played guitar. We brought in guitarists. We brought in a drummer, I think. But yeah, we brought in musicians because he was going for that kind of old school feel. And, I think we made it happen for him
already.
Yeah. So then after that, we did the Gangsta C project. Then we had a lot of hopes for that. Shot a big video and everything. And then
was Gangsta C through Profile as well?
Yeah, that was another Profile project. Yeah, both of those. Kimball Harbor was managing them, I think, at the same.
Yes,
at the time. Yeah. But then Eddie got in a little issue, some problems, and that album really never got the shot that it deserved because he wasn't here to promote it.
Yeah.
But it's still a great album. Still
If you remember correctly, Ron C was not here on his first album to promote it as well.
Yeah.
So we had to do a lot of that. Snake and I did most of the leg work on that while he was locked down.
Yeah.
Gangsta C. I remember that album.
Yeah. That was, we had fun with that. Eddie is a dope lyricist.
Yeah.
He was ahead of the curve.
Wasn't Run Dietrich?
Yeah.
Wasn't Run Dietrich rapping on there as well?
I think Ron had just caught his case then.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was writing. So he was sending lyrics and stuff to Eddie.
Oh,
so he did get credited on that album though.
Oh, okay. I thought so. Eddie, he was writing for Eddie.
Yeah, I think he wrote. I think he wrote on like two songs. I know for sure, maybe 3.
Okay.
And Eddie was shouting him out and stuff because I didn't know who he was. I had never met him. He wasn't part of the crew that Eddie ran with, like Lil B and Art and Vato and some more cats.
Yes.
One of the tightest out the Grove, Funky Lee. Oh my God.
Where is Funky Lee?
Man, where is Funky Lee? Funky Lee, oh man. You talking about lyrics. Yeah.
Yes.
Funky Lee is
ahead of his time.
Man, one of the greatest to come out of Dallas, man.
Yeah, I wish I could see that brother right now.
Lyrically, yeah. But he had his crew and they all contributed to that record. We had a lot of fun making both of those records. It was a lot of,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
I bet.
Yeah.
That wasn't too far from the Grove.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right up the street.
Right up the street,
yeah,
man.
So we had a lot of fun with that.
So what's some of your most memorable projects for you?
I mean, my time in LA, I just remember meeting so many celebrities and hanging out and
You give us a story.
Shanice Wilson.
Shanice.
Great vocalist. The lady that played Florence on the Jeffersons had a supper club. And I went out one night to the supper club and Shanice Wilson was a little girl in there singing. She was like 12 or something and was killing it. And I was like, who is this? I'm thinking like, is she like a midget or? It's a little girl. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, a little small person.
Yeah.
And now they were like, no, this girl is like 12 years old. She's going to be the next big thing. Marla is, got her out here and they're trying to do something with her. Yeah. That's one I remember. Hanging out with Teddy Riley. You know what I'm saying? I met Teddy. Teddy was, I think his role manager then was this guy, Tony Thompson. He knew my manager. But anyway, he connected us with Teddy.
Teddy pretty cool.
Man, Teddy is the most genius, humble,
really
positive person. One of the,
that's good to hear
that I had met at that point in the music game. Yeah, Teddy, real humble man. Very generous guy.
A genius
of his time and conversation. Because I remember a conversation with him, and I was like, "Man, how did you come up with this new Jax? What?
Yeah,
because he changed the whole game.
Yes, he did.
With that sound,
he did.
One of the few people to change it.
Yes,
and he was like, "Man, it's timing,"
and was instrumental when it changed again.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that was him in Virginia.
Yeah, with Pharrell and all
Pharrell and Timberland and all them. Yeah.
But I didn't even know at that point that he had made records like The Show and records that he was uncredited on.
Yes.
Yeah, But yeah, he's a genius guy.
Man.
Invited me out to my fantasy video. I couldn't go, but that's a whole nother story. But he invited me.
What's my fantasy?
It's just a fantasy.
Oh yeah, when you said my fantasy, I thought you were talking about Ludacris.
No.
What?
Come on.
He did that too?
Not that
talking about Luda.
But he was telling me the story of timing. Because he was telling me that I was already doing this. And he was telling me he had a deal with Sony.
Yeah.
He had a kids group or something. And he said he was basically doing the same stuff. But it was a few years too early.
Yeah.
And he said when he got the opportunity, he came back with pretty much the same kind of sound, and it blew.
Like I said, it was just all timing.
Yeah, all timing though.
Yeah,
he was just a little too early, and he got the opportunity again. He came back with Gene Griffin and
Gene Griffin.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was so long.
Yeah. Dick Griffey, all them brothers, man.
This is what I'm curious to know. So how did you go from music producing to behind the cameras?
Oh wow. So I do the Ron C and the Gangsta C thing, and then produce a couple of other kind of projects with different people in Pleasant Grove, and So I'm working with these cats. We actually opened a studio over off Lancaster in 20.
Yeah.
With my boy Heavy. And
What's up, Heavy?
Big Heavy, what's happening?
Already.
But so working over there, and we were paying some guys to do we wanted to do a music video. And we were I think we did a commercial first. We was gonna get it run on the cable access or whatever.
Yeah.
And the dude, I think they charged like a stack or 2 stacks or something. It was a nice sum of money.
Tried to put the screws to you.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there looking at what they're doing, and I'm like, this don't look too hard. So after we did that, came back, we got ready to do another one. We had dropped the project, and so I went to Best Buy and bought a camera, and it was right there on Prairie Creek and in Lake June, right there at that little. It used to be a car wash there. I don't know if it's still there.
I don't know.
Right there by Ronnie J's.
I don't know.
Anyway,
we out of the area.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been in the Grove. But anyway, we was out there, doing a little video and whatever, and George Lopez pulls up. He got the G-Lo. This was pre-DSR.
Okay.
This when he was doing the North to South
Okay.
series. Because I had did like some music for him for that first one he put out. I did like 3 or 4 tracks on that, and he pulls up, like, man, what you out here doing? He's like, I'm shooting a video. Yeah, so I had my little bitty camera and stuff. And he was like, hey, why don't you come by the store when you finish? I want to talk to you. So we finished, went up to Tea Time, and he was like, I got this party, man. I want you to come out and video. How much you'll charge me? Gave him a price. He was like, cool. So went home, told my girl, and went to Best Buy. I got another camera. I was like, I'm gonna get you one. I'm gonna take
that's
one.
right.
Yeah.
And we went up there,
me
did our thing, gave him his thing. He was happy, and made him a little bread, and took the camera back the next day. Of course, got the money.
No, that's right.
Keep your packaging.
Yeah, I don't know if that's it.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I got into the video thing, and then from there it just kind of morphed into And then I started working with Sho when Sho first came down here.
Shout out to the big homie Sho.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
Yeah. So he wasn't a big homie yet, but
Little homie.
Nah.
He's just Sho.
Yeah, he's Showtime.
Yeah.
When he came here, and he's from the same area I'm from. So
That's right.
he came down, we connected, and put him with Ty. Ty did a nice track for him and everything, and I had a partner that was house sitting over in Highland Park. Had a big mansion over there that he was house sitting for some people he knew, and they were gone. So he had been there like a year.
Wait a minute, stop. Say those words again. You had a what?
I had a partner of mine.
You had a white buddy?
No, that's a brother.
In Highland Park?
Shout out to Dale Smith.
What?
Black Contemporary TV.
Back then, yeah. In Highland Park?
Yeah.
Really?
In Highland Park, yeah.
Wow.
Had a big, nice, beautiful mansion over there.
Wow.
And the mansion was like a fort. And in the middle was a pool and jacuzzi, had the sauna. It was a beautiful home.
Well, you know that was unheard of, right?
Yeah.
You okay. They acting like
I mean,
you can be black and walk through Highland Park.
This was
back
like
in the day.
This might have been like 2004, something like that.
Okay.
That
You're talking about
exactly.
the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah, nah. But still, you still would get some looks every time we'd pull up over there.
I bet.
But so came in and did my first music video I directed, basically, with Sho. And came out good. And from there, I was like, okay, I can do this. So
Already.
then from there, I just kind of started, doing it for other people, doing it for him. And
So let's go ahead, babe.
No, you go ahead.
I want to talk about the big homie Sho. Because he has had a big resurgence lately.
Yes.
And I want to shout out to the big homie Sho.
Yeah, making major moves.
I want to shout out
Like
to
the
C+The.
movement.
Yeah.
I want to shout out to Greg Street.
Yes.
I want to shout out to Phase on Love.
Yes.
And I got to shout you out.
Yes.
Because that's a strong team.
Amen.
Yeah.
That team right there.
He didn't come to play.
He ain't come to play.
Yeah. The brother's always been dedicated.
And he's always been talented.
Yeah. I mean, that goes without saying.
Yes.
I wouldn't even touch him if he didn't have the talent. But he came up here. We started working together. Brought him to my house. I was still in the Groves when we first started working. And first song he jumped on was a song with Cottonmouth.
Yes.
Cotton came over to the house and he was like just tripping on the fact that
How'd you meet him?
I met him through a cousin of his.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I met him through one of his kinfolks. Played me some music. I was like, yeah, cool. Tell him to holler at me or whatever.
That's cool.
He came down and Yeah, so he was like kind of starstruck a little bit. He was like, "Oh man, that's Cottonmouth." I'm like, "Yeah, that's Cotton." Just that's cool. So
To us, it's just cotton.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, that's the OG, that's the legend though. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, he was like, he gonna come over your house? I'm like, yeah, he'll be over in a little bit, So he came over, jumped on the track with him. Cotton was like, yeah, brother, he got it.
Yeah.
So from there, just started kind of working with him, and he still had his people in Louisiana he was working with. Actually, some Grammy Award winners.
Really?
Yeah. So we were connected. So he was working with these cats, Beats How You Want 'Em.
Okay.
And they were the two little brothers of one of my old bandmates. Still a real good friend of mine today, Roby Peoples.
Okay.
They were his little brothers. I mean, I've been knowing them since they was babies.
Okay.
And didn't even know I knew they was doing music, but I didn't know to the level they were doing.
Okay.
And then he started playing me these songs. I'm like, who is this? He was like, this is Ray and Al. I'm like, Ray and Al Johnson?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. I was like, live behind the railroad track? He was like, yeah, you know him? I'm like, yeah, I know their mom, I know their whole family.
Yeah.
And so anyway, then they went up later to win a Grammy with Lil Wayne on Carter 3.
What song they did on there?
They did like 2 or 3 songs on there.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember
Classic
the exact name.
Classic album.
Yeah, they
And see, I didn't know that. I didn't know Lil Wayne. Excuse me. I didn't know that Big Sho and K Mac were cousins.
Yeah. Nation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Karen Nation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you know K Mac back in Monroe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know him. No, I knew of him. I knew who he was.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't hang with him or nothing, but I knew who he was. Yeah.
Already. Good brother.
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely,
that's my brother, man.
Yeah. So he came up here, and did his thing, and we started working. And like I said, he already, then he knew people. Like I said, the brother's always been a hard worker.
Yes.
He's talented, he's dedicated, he's loyal, all the things that you like in a person, not only just an artist, but just as a person. Mm-hmm. So we formed that kind of friendship, kind of big brother, little brother thing for a minute. And then, shortly, I just never really kind of looked at him as like my little homie or nothing. He was a peer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he's always carried his own weight. He's already,
What do you think about now, though?
I love what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
He had a love. You know what I'm saying? We went through our phase, that initial phase, and I was even telling Faison this. I was like, man, I took it as far as I could take it, and I let him know, hey, man, I really can't. I'm not able to take it further. I think it can go further,
Right.
and I don't want to be the
think
reason.
a real brother,
Yeah,
to say that,
yeah.
Because most people try to hold on, and
Yeah.
Hold on for what?
but they
they do.
That's the $1 million question.
Yeah,
Hold on for what?
Yeah, and what I was just telling Faison, I was like, I said, I took it as far as I took it, and just let him know if you need me for anything, just reach out. But I think you're gonna need some other pieces on this to take it where you want to go.
Yeah.
But being the person that he is,
Yeah.
the things I saw earlier in him, they never changed. We always kept in touch.
Yeah.
We still would go out and have lunch. We still would kick it and laugh. Our families are intertwined.
Yeah.
This ain't just like some music shit.
Right.
Fam.
My daughter would go pick his son up from school.
Oh, that's real.
Stuff like that.
I read it.
My wife and his ex, they're not together now, but his ex old lady, they're friends.
Okay.
So I just been knowing him his whole life since he was basically a teenager.
It's deeper than rap.
Yeah, it's deeper than rap.
I
So
read it.
when he came back around with it, he called me up. Hey man, I'm finna do this. What you think? Asked my opinion about certain situations or whatever. Told me who he was rocking with. I'm like, hey man, that's it.
Already.
Again, call me if you need something. When it came time when he needed something, or he wanted to include me in what he had going on, he reached out. Hey brother, I got this, and this going on. Won't you come on?
That's
how it
100.
should be.
Yeah.
I mean, you cannot forget who helped you get to where you go. Some people will forget that.
Oh yeah. We've all been through it.
Come on, man. Oh yeah, that was just a stepping stone. A part of my life.
Or the person that say, "Hey, I got you when."
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
but that that never happens. But like I said, I always thought of him as a friend. I never really kind of thought of him as this is an artist I'm working with, because I've had people that I have thought like that.
Oh yeah.
This is just somebody I'm working with.
Exactly.
Right.
We cool and everything, but it ain't
Right.
It ain't deeper than
It
that.
ain't
Kicking
like
it
that.
outside
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your wife. So I have to bring up. Let's talk about the Take Back the Crown.
Oh yeah. So Take Back the Crown. This is a docuseries we've been working on about black beauty and natural hair and like the change in culture and the significance of that. You know, basically how black women drive the culture.
Oh,
You
really?
know, we drive everything.
Yes.
You know, with our women.
Say that.
You know, the style, the dancing, the hair,
Yeah.
just the beauty,
The lips.
the lips, the buttocks, the front and the back, the sides, you know, the top and the
Isn't
bottom.
it amazing?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
You know, the black woman is the standard. You know,
Yes.
that's irrefutable. You know, that you know, that's no matter what nobody say, it always comes back to the Coke bottle shape. Who is
Yes.
that?
The black woman.
Exactly. So, you know, this Take Back the Crown project is really celebrating that, and we're just kind of breaking it down in the segments. Like, you know, we have like kind of how it started.
Yes.
So we're talking to people like Rich Dennis, who owns Essence and the Essence Fest and all that comes with that. But he started Shea Moisture, that company. That was his original company before he sold it and then he bought Essence. So we're talking to people like that. Mahisha Dillinger with Curls. Mile Organics, which is a big black hair brand.
What about
Melvin
Proline?
and, Proline here at Chroma Control. We were kind of going that way initially when we started it, but that was, I'm not gonna say it was hard to get in touch, but that whole story, because he wrote a book, and I got the book, I read the book, and learned a lot about him coming from California to Dallas and how he set that whole thing up. But just the kind of the taste and the culture had kind of went beyond that. But he was a pioneer. So we talk about him in the film.
Okay.
It's just not a big focus on that part. But yeah, it's certainly, you know, the OGs in the game, the Prolines, the Bonner Brothers, the Dudleys, you know, people that set the foundation, the Madam C.J. Walkers, you know, people that set the foundation for what is going on now.
Already.
Because, you know, with anything, when you have any level of success, there's always going to be people that you're going to have to stand on.
Say that.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't going to say everybody, but yeah, everybody thinks that, you know, people coming into things, something is original or groundbreaking or new.
Yes.
And you start digging.
They
Ain't
got it from
nothing
somewhere.
new under the sun.
Yeah.
They got it from somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Especially nowadays.
Yeah.
So how was that experience working with your wife on that docuseries?
That was
'Cause I
great.
think that's a beautiful thing.
We got to travel a lot. We went all over the country interviewing people, and she's a people person. Her mama always says she's never met a stranger. She said she's been like that since she's a little girl. So basically, you know, we made a good team. I come in with the technical part, set the cameras up, the lighting and everything, and you know, she's the producer. She goes and, you know, chats the people up, talk to them, kind of get to know them, what the story is, you know,
and tell everyone out there where they can find this docuseries and check it out.
This docuseries is about to drop this summer. So it is not out at the moment. But
How we gonna roll it out? How we gonna roll this thing out?
I'm gonna come back on.
Okay, there we go.
I'm
I'm bringing her with me.
Yes.
We're gonna
Yeah,
bring
y'all
this thing
definitely
out.
have to come back.
Because we also have one of the biggest stars in social media in America's new mom, Tabitha Brown. She's in this.
I love Tabitha Brown.
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah, we got Miss
I have
Tab
to
in this
rock my
thing.
natural that day when y'all come. Get ready.
And that was meeting her was, you know, I know she gets a lot of love online and people talk about her, but until you meet her, yeah, she is all of that.
Yeah,
because she walked in the room and the room just changed.
You could tell.
Room lit up, huh?
She's blessed, man. I mean, there's no other way I really can say it, and she has that energy.
That's great.
That she'll shine through and pick everything up, have the whole room shine. Everybody walking out with your shoulders back, and you know, she's a feel good person.
Yeah,
you can just feel that
very
energy.
motivational.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
So we were blessed to have her involved, and a lot of other people. Miss Michelle Breyer out of Austin, she was very instrumental. I don't know if you're familiar with Naturally Curly. Yeah, so she started Naturally Curly. She was very instrumental in introducing us to a lot of different people in the game, and she invited us to New York for Fashion Week, our first Fashion Week out there, and treated us like, you know, like family, like she'd been knowing us our whole life. You know, just met a whole bunch of beautiful people.
That's good,
in that business.
Well,
man.
I love it.
A lot of women that are forward thinking. Bosses. I mean, you know, you hear a lot of people talking about their boss.
Yes.
In this hair game, man, it's some women bosses.
There's some women bosses out there.
Brother.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about smart, beautiful,
Yes.
and long paper.
That part.
Are they single?
Money long.
Uh-huh.
What are you asking for?
I'm asking for the dudes who need to know.
There's some single people. The most successful people I met though were all married.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah. They were like husband and wife teams.
Yeah,
Some
of
the
course.
most successful
I'm
people.
about to tell the dudes out there, y'all better try to straighten up and go get
I
them
better
girls.
link up.
Yeah.
It's too late now. Don't try to come get them now that the money long. You should have been there when it was short.
But it also showed us what we're capable of when we kind of find our niche and our lane, and our people support us.
Got you.
Absolutely.
Already, man.
Yeah. So
So that's the focal point right now. It's the
yeah.
It's a documentary.
It's a docuseries. So we got 6 30-minute episodes.
Oh, that's
so
dope.
like I said, we go over like social media, then we go from like, how people are starting, where the whole natural thing come from. Then we go to, the black business owners, how important is it for us to own these companies?
Have you started shopping it?
Yeah.
Netflix picked it up yet?
No, man. No.
What's
And
that?
I'm glad you guys are doing that because it is very important. Like I always say, representation matters.
Yeah.
So I do think people need to see that you can rock your natural hair and be a boss.
Yeah.
I love it.
And since we started this in 2018. So, we've been working on this for some years. And just to see how it has evolved from when we started, I don't know about that, girl, to now it's everywhere.
Wow.
So that just seeing that change,
That's dope.
that shift just in 4 years.
And look at the timing too, because you got the Crown Act that everybody was
Yeah,
pushing.
that's a big part of it. We talk about the legislation and the military. We have some people from the military there talking about how the military was forced to kind of change,
right?
Because of the minority enrollment in the military. It's a lot of black females in the military, and that number was just growing, and they were kind of forced to make a decision.
Yeah.
Cut your hair off.
Their whole thing was, even if people cut their hair off, a lot of women were saying they still had problems with that.
Yeah.
It was a whole weird kind of thing that the military has. It's got to be a 1 inch or just all these kind of arbitrary rules that.
Well, let me ask you this since we're on this
apply.
subject.
Yeah.
Why is it this is nothing you can answer, but maybe you can shine some light on it. I would like your opinion.
Okay.
Coming off of this weekend, LSU
Yeah.
and the Caitlin Clark situation. 2 identical situations. Why is it always that the black race, I was about to say especially black women, but really it's the black race. They keep their foot on our neck, don't they? Everything we do, it's just a problem with it.
I don't think it's so much of
They looking for another great white hope.
well, they always are. That's nothing new.
That's not good.
It's a fear,
Yes,
and a lot of the fear around a lot of things that are going on, economics, politics, and everything is, or if you're number one, that means I got to be number 2.
yes, and they don't want to relinquish.
I don't want to be number 2.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So instead of saying, okay, well, you're number 1 this year, I'll be number 1 next year.
yes,
The Asians can be number 1
yeah.
the
I
next
want
year.
to always be number 1.
Yeah, no matter what's going on, and then we, it took me a minute, as on my personal journey to understand us
Okay.
as a people. We're flamboyant.
Yeah.
We're flashy.
Yes.
We got rhythm.
Yes.
We hustlers.
Yes.
We know how to get to it.
We're athletic
You know what I'm saying? So
and we're smart.
when you're faced with all of that, you get a little intimidated. Man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But that's us, because a lot of people try to say, oh, well, they loud and they, man, that's us.
I keep hearing this saying, I can't get this saying, hold it word for word, but why should I dim my light to make you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
But that's the story. That's how.
It's a girl in this documentary. She said something that was real poignant, and she wasn't the only person to say it, but the way she said it, she was like, we were talking about cultural appropriation. And she was like, you got to think about it. Why am I going to try to change who I am when at the end of the day, you're trying to imitate me?
Exactly. All your words, all your slow calls, swag, that came from someone black. Everything. The word swag came from someone black.
Think about the issue with the basketball shorts. That's a perfect example.
Yes.
So I don't know if Michael Jordan was the person who started wearing the baggy shorts initially.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes.
And how that just changed to everybody.
Yes.
Think about the baseball caps to the back. You remember when we started with rap, that was, the guys with the baseball caps turned backwards.
Yeah, turned all backwards.
Thuggish behavior.
Thugs.
Now, that's everywhere.
Like
Everybody wears
KC
it.
over there.
Yes.
The fist bump. Remember when Obama came in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's communist. Now everybody
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's, the high five.
Talking about hating. Now everybody's a hater.
Yeah. All of these things, woke, they even stole that.
Oh
They
my
stole the word
God.
woke.
Let's not talk about that.
So Erykah Badu broke that word down. It's
Honey.
it's an artist, a singer that came up with that.
Nah, it's been around since I was a little kid. They were saying it.
Yeah.
They've been saying it forever. All it means is she said the right thing. Just being aware.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. She didn't wake it up. I mean, she didn't make it up, but she coined it. To where more people start talking.
Yeah. So it's just even Spike, wake up.
Yes.
In the movie,
wake up.
Yeah. So it's just don't be asleep. Be aware of what's going on.
Exactly.
So, but like I said, we are special people, and we just have to remember, just be yourself. If you're in the room, you're supposed to be in the room, and you supposed to be in the room.
Act like you're supposed to be in the room.
But remember, you are supposed to be in the room,
Right?
Not a facsimile or what somebody think. You supposed to be in the room.
Or some watered down version.
As soon as you leave out the room, all they're gonna do is just dissect, break down what you did, and sell it back to you.
Sell it right back to you.
And
call it something else. Hey man, this was dance I was just doing. Well, not exactly. When you did it, it was ghetto. When we did it, now it's
we did
it's classy now.
It was cutting edge and trend setting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one other thing I want to say about that, man, before I get off, man, we have to start supporting. And we were talking about this off camera. We have to start supporting our black fashion and merchandise.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
People that are making bags and shoes.
Shout out
and
to
clothes.
Columbus.
I'm ready. Shout out
You know
to
what I'm saying? People that are making fragrances.
Yes.
People that are making skincare products.
Yes.
Because, I used to tell my kids this all the time. We would go to grocery shopping, and I would grab the great value. Ketchup or the mustard.
Why you
Daddy? Yeah, we want Heinz. And I would tell them, how many ketchup factories do you think is in this country? You think everybody that sell ketchup got their own shop in the back? They grinding tomatoes.
Yeah.
I'm like, this all coming out the same place. They slapping different labels on it.
Yep.
It's all the same ketchup.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But the value place is on the marketing and trying to get people.
Exactly.
It's like the Fruit Loops.
Well, I will say, Whataburger must have some crack in they ketchup.
Man, that fancy ketchup.
That Whataburger ketchup is different.
Well, back in the day, they used to be. It was more of that style ketchup back in the day.
Yeah.
Fancy. They used to call it fancy ketchup.
It's like McDonald's fries. Every now and again, it's gonna be something a little different that's gonna break through. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm saying about us and like the bags and the clothing and the fashion. Like even something like this. Now, this is just a basic, hell, maybe a T-Town or a Big T. I don't know. My wife bought it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you throw LV on here or Gucci, all of a sudden, you got that Gucci, It's like, come on, man.
And we did talk about that. We did have a very, very talented designer in here, and we talked about that.
Because we make the fashion. So why are we making somebody else super rich on something that it's just clothes, man?
Yeah. With anything.
Yeah,
I believe it.
I mean, there's some things that are valuable. Some things worth money. You ever been on a real custom yacht? Yeah, that's worth, $50-60 million. Because you look at the work, the woodwork, but some jeans or some shit like that, that you just gonna slap a patch on, True Religion or whatever. Yeah, nah, come on, man.
We need to get out of buying all that jewelry.
I've never been a jewelry person. My mom bought me a necklace when I was like 15 or something.
I can see you buying some.
And I just gave it. I never wore it. Ended up just giving it back to her.
But not.
I never have, just because of being in the field I'm in. You can't wear,
I don't like jewelry like that.
Yeah, I don't mind someone wearing, one ring, one necklace. You know what I'm saying? But to spend a house on something.
I mean, different stroke, different folks.
Yeah. It's just so much more you could do with
I
your
like
money.
buying camera equipment. Other
That's
people
what
like
I'm
rims
saying.
and
That's what I'm
all
saying.
them kind
There's
of
so
shit,
much
you know?
other stuff we can do with our money as a culture.
We did forget a little something
No, I see y'all.
since Mike is in his blue.
Oh, wait a minute, hold up now. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I got red too, black
you
or whatever
good,
color I
you
need.
good.
No. He's saying because
You
today
good.
you're in your blue.
Yeah.
And we are all about positive energy.
Oh, okay.
And I'm talking about, go ahead, baby, tell me what to do.
Yeah, so since you're here, I don't know if we got you to do this last time, but
No, what is
gotta
that?
get you to rub the star.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? That's our Apollo stunt.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ain't no saying,
He
man.
talking about I got some red.
You don't need to say that. Well, we wouldn't bring him out for you anyway.
Oh,
No,
okay.
of
You know what I'm
course
talking
not.
about? No. We just like for you to leave some of your positive energy with us
Oh, definitely.
and take some with you.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
what y'all doing, man. It's a
you.
beautiful thing. I'm learning a lot about Dallas history that I didn't know.
Yes.
Although I've been around a long time, but it's
We're learning too.
newer people coming on.
Yes.
I'm loving it.
I do want to talk about C-Ray though. I seen y'all had him on last week.
Yes. Talk about it.
I met C-Ray in I want to say
Shout out C Ray.
99 or 2000. I met him through Corey Laney. Shout out to Corey and
Shout
Ed.
out Corey Lane.
Yeah.
See ya. Design.
See your designs.
Yes.
I used to hang out a lot there in Lancaster at the old house. But anyway, I had met him there. He had did a show like downtown or something.
Yeah.
He had a lot of his pictures up, and I was asking Corey. I was like, "Man, who is this?" He was like, "I know him. Come over to the house, son. He'll be over there or whatever." So I get over there, and we started talking, and I asked him to do a portrait for my wife for her birthday.
Yeah.
So he did a portrait for her birthday.
What year was this?
This was 2003.
Okay.
But I noticed something when he was on the show.
What?
C-Ray.
Yeah.
C-Ray.
He didn't sign yours.
Nah, he signed it on that side.
Oh.
Because I had him do one of my mother too.
And
A few
wait.
months later, I signed it on that side. So I'm thinking mine are going to be more valuable. Because I got it. Because I see all of them are signed on that side.
You got a C-Ray original.
Original. On the other side.
They're all originals.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
But
here's the thing. How do we know that this wasn't something special he did for us and he don't always sign it?
But I started looking at all his pictures.
C-Ray.
And I had to go look at mine again. I was like, wait a minute. But no, C-Ray.
Yeah, you
That's
might
cool.
hold on to that.
Very, very talented brother.
very
Absolutely.
observant.
And I got a good price on mine because I caught him early in his career. So,
Oh, for sure.
Shout out C-Ray. We love C-Ray.
so I got a 20-year-old C-Ray.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Better hold on
2003.
to that.
Paintings are going to be worth so much money. They're, they're timeless.
Yeah.
And it's in my house. It's been in my house ever since he gave it to me. And everybody that's ever come in my house,
Hey, who
because
did
it's
that?
a picture of my beautiful wife, So
Yes.
everybody's like, wait a minute, is that? And they look at her, it's like, oh my God, who did that?
Yeah.
So I've been talking the brother up for
Years.
years.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's getting his just due.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Brother's
think
super talented.
Man.
Super talented.
You got some shout outs, brother?
I want to do a shout out to all Dallas, man. I think it's time. Dallas is on the rise, entertainment wise.
Yes.
There's a lot of things brewing. There's a lot of things in the
You can
undercurrent.
feel it, can't you?
Yeah, and I know a little about some of it.
Uh-oh.
Just can't talk right now.
Ah.
But there's a lot of things occurring here, man. Entertainment wise, it's been a long time coming, and a lot of things. We've always had our legends.
Yes.
Our Ericas, our Docs.
But we needed that to get to where we are now.
Yeah. But as far as the whole city getting on, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of more people start to,
I like
get on.
I like
across the
this up
board.
next thing they got going. You heard about that?
Yeah.
That's major, bro.
Yeah. I like that. I like what Smooth Vegas doing. And,
Yes.
I've always followed him ever since I've been living in Fort Worth for like 20 years now.
Shout out Smooth Vegas.
Shout out Smooth
and,
Vegas, bro.
I'm always telling people about him, and he's getting his recognition. Salute to him.
Yeah.
But a lot of people had slept on him for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that young man, that brother, he's doing his thing, man. So
For real.
yeah. But I want to shout out to man, it's a lot of people. I want to shout out to my boy M. Legend Brown. He's a film director here that I've been working with, producing some projects with him. We just did one called A Heart That Forgives, The Battle Within. So that's coming out this summer, and that's going to be a good one. It's going to be a tearjerker. So get your napkins out, get your tissues out.
Really?
So
always crying.
we'll come talk about that too when the time comes for that.
Absolutely.
And I've got another rapper that I've been consulting with out of Louisiana too, Big Sarah.
Big Sarah.
Big Sarah. Shout out to Big Sarah. Sarah King.
Okay,
She's got a song called Check.
Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all check it out before I go.
Okay.
But yeah, she's doing some big things. She's opening up for Trina, as a matter of fact, this Friday
Big
in Tyler
Not the baddest chick.
at the Empire Lounge. Yeah, the baddest chick.
Okay.
So yeah, she's on the come up. She's got a nice song. She's been getting a lot of DJ groups been giving her love and sitting in on a few meetings with her.
She gonna have to come through.
Yeah. She's very, very, very over the top. You're gonna
That's
love her.
fine.
Big Sarah?
I love it.
Big Sarah.
When
Not
you
the
gonna bring her
little one.
through?
Let me get with her, bring it through, contact you. Yeah, she
Let me ask you a question.
comes out here all the time.
Oh, so she still
She's
lives
still
there?
in Louisiana.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So between Atlanta there and here, she comes.
That's what's
Got people here in Dallas. So yeah, she's out here.
Shout out Big Sarah.
Yes, sir. But other than that, man, shout out my beautiful wife, my kids, my little dog Josie.
Oh, really?
But yeah, man, life is good. I can't complain. I'm still here.
Yes.
The blessings have been overflowing. The big homie's about to do his thing.
Yes, he is.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
Yeah, no, for real. I love the love that the city is showing him. The radio's getting on board.
Yes.
C-Dog is a beast with it. You already know that.
Yes, he is.
Greg Street, that's the big homie.
Yes,
you know what I'm
yes,
saying, on
yes.
it. You got Faison, like the team that you mentioned, everybody's on it, and I'm just happy to be, along for the ride, man. And
I'm feeling the Michael Watts.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Michael Watts got hold to it.
Yeah. And that's one more last thing. And this will probably be for DJ Screw 25th anniversary of his passing.
Okay.
I'm working on a docuseries about the slow music trend, the Chop the Screw thing here in Texas. So that one's been a long time coming.
Yes.
It's gonna be amazing because I got some interviews and things from some people that are no longer with us.
Oh wow! We can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be that's something that I was gonna do some years back, and some of the people, like I said, we lost some people, and I kind of just got off track with it, but picked it up again recently, and just going back and listening to some of the interviews and going through some of the footage, and I'm like, you know what, this will be perfect
It's
for
time.
for Screw's anniversary.
It's time
of his
to come
passing.
outside.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely, man.
I
So
love it.
just glad to be here, man, and contribute. What I contribute, behind the scenes.
Yes.
And work with a lot of amazing people over the years, and just want to keep doing what I'm doing, creating. I'm a creator by heart, storyteller, and I love it.
Absolutely. We're gonna have to have you back with your wife.
I appreciate you
We'll
coming
have to
through.
take back the
Shout out to
crown.
Chocolate Tie.
I love
Already.
So you had your boy Delight on here. Shout out to
Delight.
Delight.
Oh,
Yes, yeah. Slow Jam King.
The Slow
yeah.
Jam King.
Absolutely.
That's one of my dogs from back in the day. Yeah.
Shout out to Sir Charles.
Sir
Jones.
Charles,
Red
yes.
Cups
Yes.
in the air. Oh, God.
Casino, the whole crew over there, man.
That's real, man.
Yeah.
You want to let them know how to get in touch with you?
You can reach out to me social media, Instagram at Mr. Michael Grayson.
That's Mr. to y'all.
Put them mist on the front.
On Facebook, just my name, Michael Grayson.
Yes, sir.
All the other stuff I'm not affiliated with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the movie Take Back the Crown on IG, Take Back the Crown _.
Okay.
And on Facebook, Take Back the Crown movie.
Let's go support
That's what's up.
let's go support our race. I mean, the culture people.
Yes,
Absolutely.
support
I
the
mean, we
culture.
got to keep this money within the culture, within the race. You know what I'm talking about?
Because we got it.
We got it.
Yeah.
I mean,
We got over.
we make everybody else rich.
Man, we got a 1 point. What?
$3
No,
trillion?
yeah, something like that. It's in the
Crazy.
trillions of buying power.
Buying power.
Yearly, not over the whole lifetime.
Yeah.
Every year.
We just need to wake up,
Yeah, and take back the crown.
take back the crown.
Well,
Exactly.
That's it. That's beautiful. Say, y'all, I got my man, my family members in the house. I got Mike Grayson is in the building. A real super tight guest.
Know I'ma get some gang tuned in with super tight, yeah. I get the no love from Big Bobo, from the front seat, not no photos.